What's up, guys? It's your boy ChasmRift here, and today we got Dragon Ball Super episode 130 review with your boy Big A.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, man. A lot has happened in just a span of 30 minutes. Um, I don't know how to start this off. I guess we just run through the entire episode. I'll tag you in. How did you feel about the action in this episode?
Ah!
Yes, yes.
Would you like to respond to that?
Kame, Kame, ah!
Ah!
Oh God, oh God, man, the
Uh,
action, my God, it was on point.
my conscience was fucked by this episode.
Hell yeah, man! Like when you thought the action in 109, 110 was good, this shit blows it out the water.
My goodness, man. Oh my! You know what? I just have so much to say. Let's just start this off. Beginning of the episode, man. This is pretty much a turning of tables. Just as Jiren dick slapped Goku a few episodes earlier, the exact opposite is happening here.
I agree, man. Like we have to see Goku in his full Jesus mode, and he actually puts Jiren back so much that Jiren was doubting himself, and then this unlocked a new power in Jiren, and then your boy Jiren lost his shirt, and when you lose your shirt in Dragon Ball, in any way, you're getting stronger, and then they started swapping even more hands.
Yeah, exactly. Just so much action. But before I continue, I just need to say one thing. The Kais and the fucking gods need to shut the fuck up. Because the Kai from our universe is like, oh, our victory is sure at hand this time. And then, boop, 2 seconds later, Jiren goes all steroid mode, bro. Like,
Man,
what the fuck, man?
I just
These
hate how
people.
I just hate how everyone's trying to scale and measure themselves up based on what they're seeing. Like Belmont is like, yeah, no one could be Jiren, but then the Spirit Bomb scared Belmont. It's like, wait, this Spirit Bomb is nothing to Jiren. He blinked it, and then, like you said, the Kais are talking. They're always wrong. Beerus stood up when Topo became a god of destruction, and then when Jiren is doing his own thing, everybody is all over the place. But
Ah, man, this was just such a crazy episode.
it really was. I enjoyed all the action of it. Now, in terms of the actual plot itself, we'll get to that in a minute. I just wanted to talk about like the animation art style they went with, on point. Like,
Holy crap! And I don't know if you noticed, but at one point, Jiren fighting Goku, and he's pretty much getting dick slapped. At the end, there's like a blue aura everywhere, caused by Ultra Instinct.
true, man. Ultra Instinct
That
kind of
was
like,
so cool.
I think their energies are fluttering everywhere at this point. Like, I remember when
Yeah.
Jiren he powered up, he actually like changed the color around him in the void of nothingness, and it was Goku when Jesus mode. He kind of created a galaxy under him. Whether some people agree or disagree about that, they both did something phenomenal in the world of infinite nothingness.
Yeah, man, that was, oh my goodness. And then you can make the argument of Jiren. What kind of power did he unlock?
I think, like Gohan said, it's just some dormant power. Because I think, like, you know how they were talking about the Saiyans have no limits, and they've been talking about this for a long time. Well, there is like a theory out there of like there is no such thing as limits with people. I don't care what One Punch Man says. Like if you filled the ocean with every drop of water on Earth, you would think about, what happens if I fill it with another bucket of water? Like like you could keep going on over and over again, kind of like the word infinity itself. Like how there's different infinities, and you can keep going beyond that. I think that was just with Jiren right there. He unlocked some unhidden power.
Oh man, whatever it was, that aura really did remind me a lot of Goku's, and then the epic battle that ensued after that was,
Yeah.
as we all know.
I mean, it reminded me of the intro where like you see Goku and Jiren like swapping hands in their blue and red aura. But your boy Jiren kind of
Yeah.
reminded me of Klaus from Beyblade when he lost his shirt. Because both of them were ripped, both of them had hardly any hair, and here they are about to throw hands with the best characters in both Goku and Masamune.
He's Red Eye.
Boy, I loved I love all the fighting and everything that went with it. And then like the fact that Goku has full control of Ultra Instinct, we can finally hear him talk and like be conscious at the same time. Like we got to see a side of both Goku and Jiren that many people really didn't expect. You know.
Man, this power, the whole thing was unexpected. And then, oh my god, let's talk about the fight. Let's talk about Jiren going steroid mode, whatever you want to call it, the red aura.
I mean, this is hidden power. I mean, like the whole fight, it was pretty much it was close. Like they both kept swapping hands. One person got the upper hand, the other one got the next upper hand, and then occasionally they'll like clash with each other. That'll be a stalemate, kind of like in fighters, where you just see them swapping hands back and forth with nobody taking damage.
Exactly.
Honestly, this fight reminded me a lot of Xenoverse 2. In the fact that, like, when Jiren knocked Goku to the ground, and then Goku was starting to move, he's like, impossible. You should have ran out of stamina. That reminded me so much of Xenoverse 2, where when you run out of stamina, you kind of lost the fight.
That's exactly right. And then this also reminds me when we were playing, I had the expansion, or the DLC that I bought, and the moves finally showed up in this episode.
I mean, like, I expected the creators of Xenoverse to have gotten a little, like, sneak peek of what Jiren would have before they created his character model and whatnot. Because they obviously didn't create Ultra Instinct in a day or two. At least they were perfected for him. But, yeah, man, everything, like, hit on the nail. I can't be mad about that.
No, not at all. And, man, after the whole stalemate situation, and then pretty much knocking each other down and becoming stronger when they get back up.
Dude,
man.
My heart was jumping when, like, I saw Goku and Jiren, like, have a ki off, like, their ki blaster, like, flashing, and Goku got overwhelmed. I was like, no, Goku! You can't lose right here! Like, I actually said that while that was happening.
And then OG Krillin, fucking, we believe in you! And he gets back up, and he actually gets dick slapped again, and then gets up a second time, and does the turn of tables thing, and Jiren is actually getting pushed back.
I just can't believe that, like, when Goku fell down while his Ultra Instinct, like, his face was in the ground, and you saw his white hair, like, covering on most of the screen, I was thinking, oh, wait, this looks bad. It's like he might lose his Ultra Instinct. Because in previous fights, whenever that happened, you kind of lost your sand hair from going blonde back to black, you know. We've seen this many times, but Goku's like, nah, I got this. Oh, God.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. And then, man, you know what? It was ridiculous what Jiren did after that.
Oh, which part?
So, you know, he knocks down Goku for the final time, and Goku gets up again. And he says, well, it's not just my power, it's the power of my friends, you know? And then, well, we know what happens after that.
Oh, I seem to be the only person who missed it, because at the time I was watching it, I actually got a video call from my family so I could see my little nephew. It happened around this time, and when I was answering, I didn't actually pause immediately. And it seems like I have missed the entire 10-second clip, and when I rewatched it, I saw it, and I wasn't impacted the same way as everybody else. I'll give you my opinion in a minute about it, but it was interesting to hear Krillin and Piccolo and Roshi talk about Goku's power and how it driven him to that point. Because I said that like 2-3 months ago that everybody in this tournament is powerful because they are fighting for something else, unlike some of these fodder characters. I'll let you tag in real quick.
Yeah, and I felt like this part was really central to this episode. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but Jiren literally launches a ki blast.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That was the 10-second clip I missed.
Right, that's the part you missed, and then Piccolo and Krillin and everyone talking about Goku. And man, oh man, was that intense. Super fucking intense. And then I was like, oh no, even with Ultra Instinct, he won't be able to make it. And then obviously he does. And then he has his little monologue with Jiren. He's like, I'm no Justice of Warrior, but if someone tries to hurt my friends, you know, I'll fuck you up. And he literally fucking goes so fast that he's already punching Jiren by the time he says that shit.
I mean, like,
it was intense.
You kind of set that out of order. It was the characters talking before Jiren did the ki blast. That's what segued into it, because when they were talking about it, Goku did mention his friends. But my thing with it is, I'm not mad at Jiren about that, like everybody else is, because since day one, I knew Jiren wasn't a good guy. He was more so like an anti-hero type of dude, as in he'll do whatever it takes to win. Most people got that vibe that he was good because he's with the Pride Troopers, but based on his dialogue and his backstory, it suggested other things, and I kind of caught on to it while everybody else didn't. Like when he saw Topo get eliminated, he called Topo a weakling because he said, "Hey man, if you're gonna lose, I can't be rolling with you." And then we look at Jiren's backstory. That's important to him because his family died, his mentor died, the people he was around left him because they were all too weak to fight on this enemy that was in Jiren's backstory. And Jiren has been motivated and driven to live like that. That was his mentality all this time. I was talking with my friend about this, that characters in the Dragon Ball verse have PTSD, whether we know it or not, whether they display it or not, because they hardly do, but it's there. Like, I remember watching a clip of Gohan, Krillin, and the Ginyu Force, and Krillin was like, wait, do you pose like that as Great Saiyan Man because you were, traumatized by these guys in our fight in Namek? And I was like, my god, he's right. Like, Gohan does the thing he's do because of his past trauma. The same thing is with Jiren when I'm connecting the dots. So when I see Jiren say, strength is absolute, strength is justice, and he'll do whatever it takes to prove it, I wasn't too mad at him for trying to attack the crowd. Was it a dick move? Absolutely. But I'm not going to hate on Jiren's character as if I didn't expect anything less of him.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely agree with you. That's the crucial part of his character. That's how he's going to act. It was a bit of on the distasteful side for me personally. I'm not going to count it against Jiren. Jiren's a good character either way. But at the same time, I felt like, damn, like, what limits will people go to?
I mean, like, I feel like, I'm gonna jerk off Jiren to the end of time, and when I say like I'm jerking off somebody, that means like I'm just singing their praises to the cows come home. I think Jiren kind of just proved it. Like, this isn't the first time we've seen people be kind of selfish. Like, Goku had that rep of being selfish until this episode. They kind of say he's not. Like, remember Vegeta literally killed an entire crowd of innocent people at the martial arts tournament, and then the next scene, Goku tried to kill the Supreme Kai just so he could fight Vegeta, like Majin Vegeta. We seen Piccolo destroy the moon. Like, that didn't affect people, but scientifically it should have destroyed the Earth because the gravitational pull. Frieza destroyed planets and enslaved people on lies. We seen a ton of things like this in the past, and Jiren attacking the crowd wasn't the worst thing in the world to me. Like, yeah, he was supposed to be like a good guy, but not really. I kind of just I had to get that off my chest because I've seen too many people wilding out here, especially the second bad thing he did in the community. We'll get to that in a minute. You could tag.
I got you, bro. But let's get back to the fight, man. What would you like to focus on right after this point?
I mean, that was kind of what I was talking about. Like, I was dissecting his motives in the actions he did with the fight. Another thing that happened was, in the realm of what we'll call plot, I mean, Goku's like backlash of using Ultra Instinct. Like, he was ready to destroy Jiren. He did his typical monologue before defeating an opponent, and bam, he got hit with the drawback of using Ultra Instinct. Do you think that was a good move by the animators and the storyboard writers to put that in there, or nah?
Yeah, man, this is where, so many events happen that, so many unexpected things, and the tables turn back again, in Universe 11's favor. And, I mean, I personally would have liked something to happen to Jiren. I was mad at him at this point in the episode, but I definitely agree with what you just said. But, yeah, it was a smart move,
I mean, I don't think it was a good move. Like, of course, what happened afterwards, we'll talk about that in a minute. It was worth it, but at the time I was thinking to myself, like, wait, if you master something, doesn't that mean you're not affected by it? Like, when Goku got better control of the Kaioken, he wasn't like screaming like a little baby when someone touches him, like when Yajirobe did, or when he went Master Super Saiyan 3, he didn't have a stamina drain. I thought the same thing happened with the perfected Ultra Instinct, but nah, our logic doesn't apply here. But something that made a lot of people mad as well in the community, talking about Jiren was a bad guy for it, was when Goku was down and Jiren was about to attack him to win the tournament. People were like, what are you doing, man? This ain't right. But at the same time, this isn't the Universe 6 and 7 tournament where all that's on the line is Earth. This is an entire universe on the line. So, what's your opinion about that?
Even though, he had gone to such a far extent to even want to destroy Goku's friends, I wasn't expecting that from Jiren.
You wasn't expecting that?
I really wasn't, and I'm sure you have your reasons why you were.
No, it's not about like expecting him to do it or not. It's about like, let's say like you're in this situation. No, like just say like you're in this situation where like not only is it about your pride, it's not about your reputation or your values in life. Like it's about your universe being on the line, like the lives of billions to trillions of people. And you see that, you acknowledge you should have lost when you told Goku to finish you off, and you even got up and said that, look, I don't want this to be like that, but I kind of have to. Like, you're playing with a big fire right there. This isn't just your pride on the line. This is your whole universe. So for him to attack Goku while he was down, I think people need to just open up their eyes and realize they'll do the same thing. Like, what Hit did in the previous tournament, that's a Hit move. I'm glad he did that. He didn't have to, but he did. Jiren attacking Goku to win the tournament, that's what the whole premise of this was. Are we forgetting why they're fighting?
Yeah, I understand that, but again, I understand that even though he's on the Pride Trooper, he's not there for the same reason we all think everyone else is for. I just, he even said himself, that's not how you wanted the battle to end. I thought he would really wait for Goku to recover or something.
Nah, why would he do that? He just saw Goku dick slap him. Like, why are people forgetting that this is a tournament about everyone's lives? We see people do some pretty desperate things in this tournament just to get an advantage. Like Frost appear out of nowhere to eliminate Krillin and disappear, being sneaky about it. We seen Roshi get tortured in the tournament. We seen the Robot Universe create Godzilla to fight us because they're in a desperate situation. We seen Universe 6 make Kefla to fight us off. We seen Universes attack Goku when he was completely drained out of energy. Like, everybody did whatever they could to get the advantage and to help their universe increase the odds of living. This wasn't a tournament of, alright, we're just going to have fun and we'll see everybody next year for another tournament. Nah, everybody's like, well, shit. We just saw Zeno eliminate, 8 other universes. Now it's our turn to fight for our lives,
Yeah, I get you there. I mean, after seeing all this, I was at a point watching this episode and seeing Goku, like, pretty much I was expecting our universe to be erased after that, even though we know the case is not true. Because of the Oob saga. It was just such an emotion-packed scene.
Yeah, it was emotional. Like, I commend this. I commend Shueisha and all of them for getting this out of people. This is their goal, is to make us feel these ways. And I think they did a good job with it. I think people forgetting that Jiren, while he did pull off some different things here and there in the tournament, he may have been a hypocrite to some people. He kind of didn't attack Goku. He attacked the stage around them. Because if he wanted to, he could have attacked Goku and knocked him out completely. He attacked the stage as he saw him point downwards. The stage crumbled and Goku fell. And bam, Goku got saved. I'll let you tag in and take this one over.
Oh, man. I could go on debating for this forever, but yeah. The next thing, we see Frieza, which we kind of expected, and 17, man. Holy shit. Where did that come from?
God damn it. I was expecting more out of that one. Here, all right, I'm tagging in and take this one over. Alright, we see Goku falling, he's falling to his death. We see that he's falling into the void of nothingness. We're thinking, okay, fight is over with. All that's left is Frieza. We all knew this for weeks. And then, bam, Goku gets punched by air. And he gets sent flying into another rock. And here it is, Golden Frieza, looking at Jiren with the hardest of ugly faces. And then, in the rubble, we see some moving. And out of this movement, we see some black hair pop up, and it's your boy 17. He's alive, and he's even shocked about it.
Yeah, and he said right after that, the self-destruct move was a risk. And pretty much 50-50 situation whether or not he was going to die from it.
Honestly, I thought him self-destructing was purposely so he could die to save them. Like, after seeing Vegeta use it in the previous episode, and he survived the explosion, I'm hearing 17 say, you know what, I'm surprised I survived. It makes sense. They're both relative to each other.
Yeah, I definitely see that now.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a few complaints and murmurs about like, well, damn, the Angels and the Grand Priest is doing a bad job of keeping track of who's alive and who's not. And I'm like, well, to be fair, they thought Goku got vaporized by the Spirit Bomb, and plus you can't sense the key of the androids, so it makes sense how 17 is still alive. I think they did an incredible job of making us feel like 17 did die.
Oh man, and now we get to see what happens next episode with our three warriors that are left in Jiren.
Hell yeah, man. They seem to forgot that there was a minute left on the timer because we're having 3 to 4 episodes based in this 1 minute time span. In the past, it used to be an episode a minute. You know, they forgot all about time. Oh well.
Yeah, they're like, well, let's try to do as much as we can in this episode and
Yeah,
drag out the whole minute.
yeah. I mean, it's a good minute though. I guess we can move on to the preview, like you just said. In the preview, it's gonna be Jiren versus Frieza and 17. And in this preview, it actually like they're pushing Jiren back. That's very interesting to me. And it like Goku finally gets back up and he's charging at Jiren while in base form. So I don't know what to expect. This is the final episode at the moment. And what I mean by that, I'll get to it in a minute. What are you feeling about the preview so far?
If it's any indicator from what we've seen from these characters in previous episodes when they've been knocked down, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I agree there. I think this is going to be a 7 out of 7 type of episode. Just like how this one is. I already know your rating is going to be a 7 for this. Um, what I mean about the whole at the moment for Dragon Ball Super is because a few days ago, like they revealed like more information about the upcoming movie, how it's gonna be coming out. They gave out the release date and whatnot, and then Toriyama himself talked about how this is basically a continuation after the events that have unfolded so far in the Tournament of Power. So this movie, if we're following the same chronological order, will be taking place after the Tournament of Power, and we may get an anime adaptation of it, or at the very least, something post movie like for Dragon Ball Super. I thought that was interesting to read, and after seeing this episode and how they didn't wrap up the tournament yet, it seems like Dragon Ball Super will continue, because I thought 131 will be an episode where they're just wrapping up and going to the martial arts tournament between Goku and Oob.
Well, whatever it is, man, I don't want this to end for sure. Not especially not after these two lit episodes for sure.
I mean, my only issue is like where the hell are they going to go from here in terms of like enemies, because they surpassed the gods unless they're going to fight the angels, but I don't even think they're on the angels level yet. But I don't know. I'm glad that Super's not ending. I'm glad it's taking a little break because it does take me some time to edit this crap. But I'm glad that they're keeping the popularity going, because as long as Super is going and as long as they're pushing out more products, that's better for us. We got more content, we got more video games, we got more merchandise, movies, just everything. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, it definitely is a win-win for us too, because we get to push out more content to the peoples.
Yep. So what's your rating for this? I already know it. That's why I already threw it on the layout beforehand.
17 out of 7.
No, I'm not putting that on there. Stop. Those more than 17 rings.
Whatever.
Well, I put a 7 on 7 on this one. I was gonna originally give it a 6 in terms of how everybody was reacting to the whole Jiren and the stance thing, because I think me missing the first time being told about it and then watching it over, knowing what's gonna happen, it ruined that moment for me. But in terms of all the action and just the high emotions, otherwise, really made up for it for me. So I'm giving it a 7.
Definitely, bro. All right. So I guess it's time for the next rating.
I already said I was giving a 7 for the preview.
All right, then I'll give it a 7 too.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess that's it, everybody. I want to thank you all for watching this, and I'm glad that Big A came out here.
All right, thanks, man. I hope, as you just said, I hope this is the end.
I mean, I doubt it's going to be the end based on what we're seeing in the future. But for anybody out there who think this is going to be the end, well, good luck finding something else to watch. But as for the rest of us, I'm just going to wait till, late 2018, maybe early 2019 for more Dragon Ball content. I'm a patient guy. I could wait for it. If you guys are new here, be sure to leave a like down below. Also, a subscription would be greatly appreciated. Also, there's my Twitter and Twitch links down below, along with my Discord server link. And hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from in my analysis of Jiren, because I really do not want to make a character analysis breakdown. Other than that, yeah, guys, we're getting out of here. Gates full open, and I guess I gotta go record some Dragon Ball FighterZ content instead of doing the battles. I'm just gonna put replays up here. So, bye.
Kamehameha!